and you guys are watching RC Fun and Games again. Today we're going to be installing the Flex Blades on the Injora Trx4M Tarantula rock buggy. We're going to see if we can get it to work well on this chassis. As we all know, it was a bit of a letdown on the original and on the LCG chassis. Not saying you couldn't get it to work, it just did not work for me, especially on my trail rigs as they are very heavy. It was not a good setup. But because these bodies are quite light, I can't see why we shouldn't be able to get this to work on here. Even if we have to invent some kind of limiting strap, I'm sure we can make them work. So let's get stuck in. These are the ones I removed from the last two builds, but I'm gonna try them on here. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so let's start with the front. Okay, we're gonna start by installing the front lower right. I'm not gonna even bother fitting the uppers as we don't need it. We can position the shocks where we need it. So I don't think that's a must at all. And it's just gonna cause more problems with the whole chassis. So I'm only gonna fit the bottoms. Let's get this screw out. Flex blades move nice and freely. The only problem here is there is no more droop to give to the front axle. With the links and the setup that there is absolutely no more droop. So it just doesn't work. Look at the angle on your drive shaft. It is hitting maximum. If you pay attention, it's on maximum, and it's on maximum up here as well. So even if you wanted to, the only way you could do this is by angling the actual axle more, so you'd need to change the links. So once again, I don't think the flex blades were ever well designed for the front of this vehicle. They do not work. You cannot take advantage of the extra flex. You can try, look, it would probably work for flexing like that, but then you start with the next problem. Pay attention, the servo is catching on the frame. So no, in my opinion, it is not worth the effort. It is not worth it at all. Rather just run 59mm shocks on the front. You're better off than even trying to put the flex blades. Okay, so I'm going to remove these because I don't like the way it's going to be working. I definitely don't think it's going to work out on the trail, especially with these angles on the drive shaft. It's just going to cause binding and other trouble. I don't think it's worth it. So I'm going to take them back off the front. We're going to throw them in the back and see if they work on the back. Okay, might as well get the wheels off on the back. The front definitely does not work out, so let's just try the back, and then if they do sit okay, we'll take it out for a little test and see if it actually helps with the performance having the back flex blades, or if it's just really not worth it. Okay, so as you can see, you definitely don't need the uppers. You could fit them, but all it's going to cause, so you'd have it like this, you'd fit it on that hole to be able to relocate the shock to that hole. So pretty much identical to having it set up like that. So those you don't need to fit if you fit in the flex blades. Can't fit them to the front as there is absolutely no droop. So it's just pointless. This is drooping as much as what it could with the flex blades in the front. So if you want to run the flex blades on the back, you can definitely do so. I'm going to put the tires on all around. We're going to take it out with just the flex blades in the back and we'll see how it performs. But there's definitely no way you are running the flex blades on the front without extending the links and a longer drive shaft. It's just not doable. It really needs a little bit of a longer front end, or else, you see, look at the angles on the drive shaft in the back, even fully extended, are still acceptable. The drive shaft angles just with the 59mm shocks in the front are more severe than the back, or shall I say, they are about equal like this. So with the flex blades, it just doesn't allow it to droop anymore. So I've said what I had to say. Let's get the wheels on, let's get it out for a small test, and let's see if it performs okay with the back flex blades, or if it's going to cause the same problem, which is every time you're trying to climb a hill, the back tires push up and push out the suspension, causing it to roll over very easily. So before I take my opinion, let's just get out, let's go and give it a test. Okay, so now we've got everything fitted back and you can see how the back groups out, fully extends, no problem, and gets some insane articulation. So let's just, okay, so as we can see, we do get some. Now we had these two tires and a third one, and you know what, guys? Okay, so you have got more. You've probably got about another half a tire there. But you gain about a half a tire's worth of travel, and I think it's going to hit the performance when we go outside. It's got the same problem. You'd have to have some kind of limiting strap to prevent it from extending. It's just not good, that. But come on, let's get it out. Let's be optimistic. Let's get it out. Let's go and see how it plays around on the trail. I honestly still think you get more than enough flex just with 59mm shocks. You don't need the flex blades. But that's my opinion. Everybody's got their own. Let me get out. Let me go and show you guys some footage of this thing trying to climb and just overall beast over some off-camber obstacles to show off that flex. Besides that, we have to test it on some hill climbs and descents just to see how it does. So, catch you guys outside. Okay, so here we are and we're going to start our test. The green one, as you all know, has got the flex blades on, and the red one is still just stock with the 59mm shocks. So we're going to give it a try and we're going to see what are the differences, because the upgrades are equal on both, so they perform exactly the same. The only difference is that this one has got the flex blades in the back. So let's give it a run around the course here and let's see how it fares. We'll run one and we'll run the other one to see the differences between torque twist, body lean, climbing capabilities, and of course climbing over off-camber objects, which we clearly know the flex blade should do really good at that. But let's see if it can keep up with the one without flex blades on all the hill climbs. Okay, we're gonna start on this basic obstacle, which has got 1 to 2 step hills at about 40-degree incline, and then you've got a very steep 55 right on the top. Okay, and as you can all see, I've tried now 3-4 times and with the same result, it just rolls over. Oh, there we are. Okay, we got it, but we really had to take it very easily for him to get up there. The flex blades keep just pushing out, your axle rolls in and you roll over. Now let's try the red one. Okay guys, as you guys could see on the first obstacle, the red one definitely cleared it a lot easier than the green one did. Now let's test something that's a little bit off camber and let's see which one does better. Okay, we are now going to test it on this line through here and see which one does better. On the side of the hill, it's got a couple of big rocks to get over. You've got some nice diff hangers all the way around and of course a tight corner. So let's see which one does better on this, and we'll go right around and try and climb up there. So let's see which one can do it. Okay, so as you all noticed, the green one did really good around the whole mountain, up the hill, over the obstacles. It did really good. I wasn't disappointed at all. So let's move on to the red one. Let's see how it does. Okay, and as you guys could see, this one did just as good as the green one. To me, on this obstacle, they both did exactly the same. Okay, now I've packed a few rocks on my riverbed. So we got a really off-camber line. It's gonna have to go through. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rocks packed at different distances, one on either side. Let's see which one does best through here. Okay, and as you guys saw, the green one did amazing through those off-camber obstacles. It was not difficult for it to get through there at all. Now, let's try the red one. Okay, and as you guys can see, the red one did just as good. The only difference is I picked my line a little bit wrong and got my back axle stuck on the second last rock. But besides that, articulation wise, it was almost as good as the one with the flex blades, and it was definitely more balanced. So you know what? In my opinion, once again, I am let down by the flex blades and I don't recommend them. Okay, we are now going to run them up this hill. It's a double hill with a bit of a flat ledge, lots of bad bumps on the way. Tires like to fall in the holes, and then the second section, this piece here, is 60 degrees. So very difficult. Normally most cars don't do well up there. And then we've got to take a sharp turn to our left to try and climb over the rock. So let's see which one does best. just like I thought, it didn't go well. Well, at least we get some awesome footage of it rolling down the hill. Time to give the red one a go. Well, I was definitely a bit disappointed with the outcome on this video. I was hoping that the Flex Blades were actually going to work well on the Tarantula chassis, but you know what? It didn't. The front geometry of this vehicle just does not work well with the Flex Blades. The back, undeniably, it did work. It did the job. It did do really well through the off-camber situations. It also actually took the corner climbing the hill better. But on the circumstance of climbing and going down the hills, it definitely took a hit on the performance. Now, the red one was way more stable. It performed really well through all the obstacles. And at the end, you guys saw it took that hill on like it was nothing. It could probably actually take a little bit more than that. What makes it tricky are the positioning of the rocks, which catch the wheels at the same time. We're making it really difficult to get up there. But all in all, guys, the Flex Blades can be run on the back of this vehicle. It is a cool setup. If you're not doing a lot of insane steep hill climbing, I do recommend it. Come on, look at that wheel clearance you're getting over there. It's just amazing. There's no comparison. This one over here is only getting one trellis. This one's getting that and the whole drum. It's a big difference. So all in all, I couldn't run the front Flex Blades due to many issues. The links hit the bottom of the actual servo mount. The servo catches the body. The drive shaft is on a maximum angles. It can't go down anymore. So yeah, it was even worse than on the LCG chassis and on the original chassis. So my opinion is rather run them with 59mm shocks. The Tarantulas are awesome. If you maybe wanted a little bit more clearance, try and find a 61mm or something. But with this setup, it's doing really, really well. I can still take my battery and move it from the back down to the floor pan. It would perform even better. But for what I've got in my little course, it is performing outstandingly. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and guys, hit that bell so you don't miss any of the latest content coming. For now, all I can say is thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all in the next one.